Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the same role? Like you're the one who always has to fix things or be the responsible one or make sure everyone is happy? This isn't random. Your human design profile reveals the unconscious roles that you've been playing, many of which have been passed down through generations. And in this video, we're diving into the shadow side of each profile line and how to break free from old patterns so that you can step into your true, authentic, unapologetic self. Hi, I'm Tonya. I'm a human design guide and intuitive healer, and I help women break free from generational patterns, reconnect with their true selves, and step fully into their power. And in this series, I'm showing you how your human design reveals the invisible conditioning that's been holding you back. So let's dive in. Now, if you missed the last few episodes, go check them out first. We covered how your energy centers absorb generational conditioning and how to start reclaiming your energy. I'll link them below so you can catch up. Be sure and stick with me through the end because I have a free workbook for you and I will tell you where to grab it. So, what is your human design profile? Your profile lines, they are the two numbers that you'll find in your chart, like 4-6 or 1-3, 5-2, and they describe your role in life and how you interact with the world. Now, the shadow side of your profile often comes from family expectations, societal conditioning, unhealed wounds. And now remember that every shadow contains a gift. We're focusing on the shadow aspects, but each line also carries an immense beauty. And you can also really, through this human design profile, recognize how you've been conditioned to express your profile. And that's key to stepping into your true path and power. Now let's step into the shadow of each line and how to heal it. Line one is the investigator, and it can come with the fear of not knowing enough. So, the shadow side, you may find yourself feeling like you have to know everything before taking action, fearing failure or judgment. And how it shows up is the generational patterns around perfectionism, needing approval, or fear of uncertainty. And the healing step is trusting that you don't need all the answers before you begin. So, embrace learning as you go and know that you know enough to get started. The line two is the natural, and the shadow side of that is hiding your gifts. So the shadow side is really feeling the pressure to prove your talent, or maybe downplaying your abilities out of fear of being seen. Maybe you've been ridiculed in some way, and it shows up when potentially you're growing up in a family that either expected too much from you or they didn't acknowledge your gifts. Maybe you even chose to believe negative beliefs that they were projecting onto you, or seeing yourself through those negative lens, that negative side of the family conditioning and expectations. So, the healing step here is embracing that your natural gifts are enough and you don't have to force them or seek constant validation. Just be you and allow yourself to really enjoy the things that you enjoy. Now, the line three is the experimenter, and this is the fear of failure. The shadow side is the fear of failure and even the fear of making mistakes. So, that shadow side comes with a feeling like life is just a series of failures, and you're internalizing those mistakes as proof of unworthiness. So, how this shows up is often coming from a family where mistakes are punished or failure wasn't an option. That can put a lot of weight on your shoulders, especially when you're young. And the healing step here is shifting from failure equals bad to failure equals learning. Your path is about discovery, not perfection. So the line four is the connector, and the shadow side of that is overgiving and people pleasing. So the shadow side can really show up as struggling with boundaries, feeling obligated to take care of others, and it often shows up by being the glue in family relationships, expected to maintain harmony and really giving, giving, giving of yourself. The healing step here can help you realize that you can nurture others without self sacrificing. So, setting boundaries with love, loving yourself just as much as you love the other, taking care of you so that you can continue to take care of those who you want to take care of. The line five is the problem solver, and the shadow side of that is carrying other people's expectations. So, this shadow side can really create this feeling like you have to be the fixer or you have to save others from their problems. And how it shows up is being put in a leadership role too early, or maybe carrying the family burdens that aren't even yours. The healing step here is Learning to discern what's truly yours to solve and releasing the weight of unrealistic expectations. This can often be seen not only in family and close relationships, but also in the collective where we're over concerned with what's going on with others. The line 6 is the role model, and the shadow side of that is the fear of imperfection and self doubt. So, this shadow side really can end up feeling like you have to have it all figured out before guiding others, before expressing this innate wisdom that you have within you. And how it shows up can often come from growing up with high expectations or feeling pressure to be the wise one, the one that others turn to for answers, and feeling like you have to be able to share something profound with each of them. So, the healing step here is understanding that your wisdom comes from lived experience and from watching others. It is literally lived out from what you've experienced as well as what you've witnessed. It's not from being perfect. It's not from knowing it all. It is just from the wisdom that comes from living. So, now what we want to know is how to step into your highest expression. So, awareness is key. Noticing when you're acting from that shadow side of your profile. And ask yourself, is this truly my path, or am I carrying an expectation from family or from society? And then remembering to embrace your natural gifts rather than overcompensating from fear or conditioning. Now, if all of these lines rang true for you, that's because all these lines live within us in one way or another. It's just that some of them express more consistently than others. So check your chart to see which ones resonate most with you. Now that you know how your profile influences your life, the next step is healing. And that's why I created the Healing the Feminine Through Human Design workbook. It walks you through your centers, your patterns, and your healing path. And you can grab it at the link in the description. And if you want a personalized breakdown of your human design, you can book a clarity and alignment session with me, and we'll map out exactly where these patterns show up and how to break free. I'll put the details below. And in the next video, we're talking about your authority and strategy, aka how you make decisions that finally feel right for you instead of following conditioned patterns. So be sure to subscribe and watch the full series.